Hi guys, it's me Lewis, and today I'm here to talk about Nintendo's new console that's just been that's just been announced. I think a few months back or last year. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm here to talk about what do I want to see from the NX itself. Now, if this is gonna be like a huge list, well, not really much of a huge list, but more of like what do I want to see? I want to see good shit from the NX, not bad shit. You get the idea. So let's begin. Right, first up on the list, we want better hardware from Nintendo, because the last two generations, the Wii and the Wii U, they had their hardware was so goddamn weak that so many third-party developers could not bring their games to those two consoles. And this is a real fact, people. Don't fucking deny that shit. Because a lot of developers have admitted the fact that they wanted to port their games over to the Wii U. There was actually two problems with that. One, the fucking gamepad. That's what slowed them down. And two, the console itself with the hardware was far too fucking weak. And they need to get back in the competition against Microsoft, Sony, and PC, because that's how you keep your consumers with you. That's how you keep your business alive and healthy. Because if the console manufacturers actually have the technology to actually develop the hardware for that, that's fucking great. That's fucking fantastic. And if third-party developers can actually port over and code their games to the NX, that's fucking brilliant. Don't get me wrong, that's what I really want to see. Plus, we've been hearing a lot about DNA teaming up with Nintendo. Now, DNA is pretty much known for making little small mobile games, which I'm like, I don't know about that. But they've also been known for making online multiplayer games. So I thought, okay, fair enough, all right. So if they're teaming up with Nintendo with the fact that they are going to bring better online servers, better online multiplayer to the NX, then fantastic, man. I would love to see some online only games, for example, like Smite, Warframe, World of Tanks. Not very much a fan of that game, but three perfect examples we want to see that could come to the NX, which I really hope to God they do. Plus, Nintendo needs to step up their game when it comes to actual mature hardcore gaming. Now, I'm probably guessing there's gonna be some fucking fanboys out there saying, "Well, Lewis, we've had Zombie U, Bayonetta, and Devil's Third, two games that were shit. Zombie U and Devil's Third, two fucking shite games. Bayonetta was actually pretty good, but it kind of died off a little bit. But here's the thing: they can't rely on two games that were complete fucking garbage, due to the fact that it wasn't going to get them anywhere. It really wasn't, because... And plus, let's not forget the fact that, the Wii U, the fanboys are going to fucking attack me for this. And of course, the famous phrase for the Wii U is, of course, it's officially fucking dead. And I'll tell you why it's dead. Because the thing is, a lot of people have stopped giving a shit about the Wii U because we were waiting for high fucking hopes from Nintendo themselves to bring us the games that we wanted. Honestly, God, for me, as a fucking FZero fan, I was so close to getting a new FZero for the Wii U, but I'll get to that in a minute. Let's move on. What do we want to see? Oh yeah, a new controller. Yeah, see this Nintendo? This shit works wonders. This is the perfect example of what we want. We don't want a shitty gimmick. We don't want any of that bullshit. We just want a regular arse controller. For example, the DualShock 4 controller, the Xbox One controller. Two fucking examples. Sure you can make the pause button and the select button touchscreen. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Or the menu button touchscreen as well. That's perfectly fine as well. That's entirely up to you. But make sure it has the buttons, the fucking D-pad, the control sticks, and the goddamn triggers and bumpers on it. That's how you get a person to play a game, not a fucking gamepad with touchscreen bullshit or interactive controls. Because I'll tell you now, that gimmick died off years ago, Nintendo, and you need to understand that. because we don't want another gimmick controller. That's one of the reasons why third-party developers could not make a game for your console, because they were struggling big time to find creative ways to get around it, and it was fucking impossible most of the time. Sure, you had a few third-party developers, like, I think, for example, Next Level Games, who made Mario Strikers, Punch-Out, and also Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, who managed to find a creative way to get around that shit. But at the same time, it was quite easy for them to do it, because they make, like, arcadey type games. Well, some of them do have story-based driven games, but that's besides the point. The point is that stop with the gimmicks, give us a regular controller. That would make us fucking happy. Right. Next up, get rid of region lock, and I mean get fucking rid of it, because that really pissed off a lot of people thinking themselves, why the fuck do you have region lock on your fucking console? Don't ever bring that back, Nintendo, because that's one thing that pissed off a lot of people. You cannot access certain areas. You cannot go against other people across the globe. That's what fucked everyone over. And don't do that again. And I'm hoping to God DNA doesn't fucking bring regional locks to their online servers when it comes to the NX. But still, the thing is with the let's think of something else. What IPs do we want to see? Of course, we want to see a new FZero, a new Metroid. Can't blame the Metroid fans for Federation Force, because they were pissed off at the fact of that game that came out for the DS wasn't a Metroid game that people were asking for. Don't get me wrong, I am happy to see Star Fox making a return again, but at the same time, I'm not happy with the fact that, you know, we didn't fully get all the games that we wanted for the Wii U. Me as an FZero fan, I was so fucking close to getting a new F-Zero, but no, fucking Criterion Games, yes, you heard me correct. Criterion fucking Games, the same people who make the Burnout series, fucking said no to the request of Nintendo asking them, hey, can you guys make a new F-Zero for us? Criterion's response, fuck no, we wanted to work on the shitty Need for Speed game that we made back in 2012. There you go, that's how it all fucking went down. And instead we got fucking Captain Falcon's Twister Race and Mario Kart F-Zero DLC for that game, so I was just like, oh my fucking god. So, my guess is that we're not going to see any like most wanted IPs coming to the NX until obviously they announce it, possibly around the E3 or whenever the fuck they're going to announce it. But yeah, the Metroid Prime Federation Force, I can't blame the fans for that shit, because a lot of people have been signing petitions to get that game banned. Not banned, cancelled. Sorry, cancelled. There's a difference there. Banned or cancelled. Yeah. Cancelled. Sorry, they're signing petitions to get the game cancelled. Which I can't blame, to be honest, because it's just like little chibi, bullshit little robots going around shooting guns and shit, and I can see that as like a little game in Nintendo Land, not as an actual game for the 3DS or a Wii U release. Plus, and here's the thing, right, Nintendo needs third-party support, and here we go, the fanboys are gonna fucking charge in saying, Nintendo doesn't need third-party support, they can make IPs on their own. How about you shut the fuck up and open your fucking eyes and ears, right? Look at yourself. You're a fucking piece of shit, right? Because you fucking deny the fact that Nintendo needs third-party support so fucking badly. Because I'll tell you this right now, they can't rely on first-party IPs. That's fucking dangerous, and that's a huge risk that they've took over the past couple of years. And it really is fucking scary at the same time, because think about it. Third-party support. It would be great to see Mortal Kombat X on the NX. You could have, I don't know, Tekken 7. What is it? Payday 2. Well, not so much Payday 2, but, fucking, Battlefield. Star Wars Battlefront 3. You can see quite a lot of these games coming to the NX, but at the same time, how is this going to fucking work? You know? Obviously they need hardware, of course, but at the same time, will it convince the third-party developers enough to make sure that this will actually work for them? Because third-party support is a big thing for consoles. Because here's the thing, you cannot, and I repeat, you cannot fucking deny the fact that Nintendo they're slowly killing themselves. They really are, because when it came to the past 2 generations of consoles, they've been slowly killing themselves with the gimmicks, the weak hardware, the programming, and also all these less hardcore games. Don't get me wrong, you do get some really don't get me wrong, you do get some really good games that are like mature, that actually like, you know, mature for a young, well, not mature, but based for a younger audience. The thing is, hardcore games is also the fact as what you know, people nowadays in today's society is what makes people buy your console. You can't, honest God, I'm so sick of Nintendo thinking to themselves that they're still living in the 80s or the 90s. They need to stop with that shit. And I mean, they need to seriously stop. Because here's the thing, give us the shit that we want. We want a new fucking FZero, a Metroid Prime game, possibly a sci-fi horror Metroid game. That'd be nice. Possibly a online MMO Metroid game. That'd be pretty cool. But at the same time, obviously, they need to bring new IPs and they need to bring, obviously, you know, a new type of like shooter game per se. But yeah, they seriously need to stop with, you know, with the first party bullshit. Third party support is the biggest thing they need to compete with their competition. And it really scares the crap out of me, considering the fact that they've announced a console this early. That it makes you wonder: is Nintendo gonna become like Sega? Because look what happened to Sega when they announced a 32X, big fucking failure. So they decided to make the Sega Saturn, big fucking failure. Then they decided to make the Dreamcast, brilliant console. Problem was they lost a shit ton of money out of it. The only way to save their console back, the only way to save their company back then, was to stop making consoles and just move on to third party developments. And that really scares the fuck out of me, people. It really does, because you have all of these consumers who are scratching their heads thinking, I'm not sure about the NX. I've been hearing a lot of bad articles and etc. I can't blame them, because these articles that I've been hearing from quite a lot of magazines, about the rumors about codename NX, it just gets from bad to worse, and I really don't want to see that. I really want to see good in the NX, and that really scares the fuck out of me. I don't want Nintendo to fail. I want them to succeed. I want them to have better hardware. Get rid of region lock. Give them third-party support. Give us give us the IPs that we've been asking for years. Give us new IPs that will keep us entertained. Bring in free-to-play support. Of course, you may have that for Project Treasure, but that's still not enough. We need more than that. We definitely need more than that. And that really fucking freaks me out. And I really hope to God they stop with the controller gimmicks as well. And before I go, I want you guys to leave your discussions and your list about what you want to see from the NX, and tell me what your thoughts about how can Nintendo succeed from the NX. You know, tell me what IPs you want to see from them. You know, tell me a lot of stuff that you want to see from the NX. So yeah, I'll see you guys around. Peace out.